in the 24ville Farmers Market. Except there's a twist. Our success in making edible Lego bricks out of real-life food will directly determine Garrett's sales. If we can pull this off, he'll be rich. But if we fail, it could mean the end of his business forever. No pressure. So I speed ran to the grocery store to give Garrett a shower and collect all the ingredients we'll need to cook up the perfect Lego food. There's a lot at stake here, so I got to work preparing some carrots for brickification. Cutting cubes out of them, we can carve a stud on top and a hole into the bottom.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
So I cut slices to make about 10 more, and they're just the worst. You can kind of stack them, but they don't stay together. So you could build a wall or a tower with them, but not much else. I even tried making a 1x2 brick using a longer chunk, but that was even worse. None of the bricks are the same size as each other because I have terrible accuracy, and carrots are obviously cone-shaped, so it doesn't quite work that way. Garrett tried his best to sell this garbage, but we're gonna have to do better than that if he's gonna make it in the extremely competitive 24ville Farmers Market. We've got all the new base plates laid out, and I built this leafy archway entrance to the plaza where all the different stands will go. I am super excited about this city and all the insane plans we have for it in the future, but for now, it's time to meet Garrett's first competitor, Franklin Furter, the hot dog salesman. His little cart has everything needed to craft the perfect glizzy, and people are buying them like crazy, which gives Garrett an idea. I got a pack of old-fashioned natural casing wieners. Let's try to be mature about this, guys. Boiled some water to gently place them in, and soon they were ready to carve into 1x1 bricks, 1x2 bricks, 1x3, 4, 5, 6, even 1x7 bricks. The length was starting to get concerning though, so I just turned my remaining dogs into a more average size that stack much better than whatever this is.
I'm just gonna leave this here.
They even kind of work with the carrot bricks, giving us 2 different colors to work with now. Garrett upgraded his stand into a cart for no particular reason, and then spent all day watching the crowds flock to buy Franklin sausages instead of his. Even worse, more competition has arrived. Capricorn, the corn salesman. And I know the meme has been dead for months, but if anyone knows an easier way to shuck corn and get all the little hairs off, I am all ears, because this is super tedious. But we've got our cobs now, and they're almost impossible to work with raw, so I tried cooking the rest because 1, it's delicious, and 2, softening them up made it slightly easier to carve them into corn bricks. Surprisingly, these ones actually kind of stay together. So I built up Castle Crunch out of all the pieces we've made so far. I also tried to make a corn boat that kind of floats, but thankfully the boat that brought Capricorn to 24ville was much safer. Also bringing everyone from our previous city, 23ville, along, who you might spot here and there, including his son, Cornelius. They've got an adorable little father-son stand thing going on here, attracting tons of customers. And you know what that means, Lego popcorn. Except you can't cut it without everything just disintegrating, and the only thing you can really build is a pile. So maybe it's not the product he copies, but rather the cute kid. Baby carrots, it's foolproof. I even got some real ones to try to turn into bricks, but clearly most of them are way too small to do anything with, so I just made a lightsaber out of this one.
I am your father.
References aside, I really missed having a train track going around the city. I want to actually build a new train for it in the future, but for now we've only got the non-motorized old one, which brought Garrett his very first customer, who turned out to just be the Pepper costume fan we're naming Piper, joining the market herself. Her stand even has fire and a small 22 tube screen sign, bringing in loads of sales. So I got some hot peppers that look just like her. They aren't that hot, but since they're obviously hollow, that really limited what I could actually make with them. Nope, sorry, we're not doing that again. Yeah, this isn't working out. So luckily, Piper is also selling mushrooms alongside the forest elf named Elwood and his shroom entourage. I did not have high hopes for these, and 30 minutes and 1 plumber later, my fears had come true. Their weird spongy texture didn't leave much room for error, so I decided to just paint the last one into rad shroom instead. For some reason, these Lego items aren't flying off the shelf as expected, even with the screen Garrett installed. And now, oh no, here comes Giorgio, the pizza man, rolling in with his food truck and professional chefs Poncho and Cliff on staff to dominate the competition. And that can only mean one thing.
Pizza time.
I'm cutting it into square slices like an absolute madman and using these things as Lego plates. Bricks were clearly out of the question, and it's good to have wide, flat pieces in our arsenal to give Castle Crunch some new carpeting. And speaking of the floor, all these stands have kind of been thrown willy-nilly around here, so I spent some time rearranging everything and marking off plots for future stands to go before